It is safe to say that Volkswagen's ride in India has been like a roller coaster. The company came to India in 2001 and started selling its international bestsellers like Jetta and Passat by manufacturing them in India and importing models like Touareg, Beetle, and Phaeton. But from 2010 to 2020, the company mainly had to rely on Polo and Vento for the majority of sales in India. Ever since its Dieselgate scandal, the company had to shift its focus elsewhere, which is why Volkswagen really struggled in India. The company didn't launch any major new products until 2020 apart from Emio in 2016 and Tiguan in 2017, which was a CBU. They only kept updating existing Polo and Vento models, which were their best sellers. But in 2020, Volkswagen showcased its prototype version of T-Cross for India in Auto Expo, which was based on the MQB A0iN platform. This car would be later called as Tiguan. Volkswagen would later launch this car in 2021 and would later launch VW Virtus on the same platform in 2022 to replace outgoing Vento. This marked the starting of VW 2.0 strategy for India. This Volkswagen 2.0 strategy has brought success for the sister brand Skoda as well, who also have released their own Kushaq and Salavia on the same platform. It is safe to say this was a success. The sales numbers speak for themselves. But with this, VW decided to pull the plug on Polo after almost 12 years. This car brought the most success to Volkswagen and created a certain cult following. The car remained largely the same until the end of production in 2022 but saw a variety of engines over the years. But still many people love to buy this car because of its driving dynamics. Even after the end of production, many people were still searching to buy the last units of this car. They loved it so much. It was the Mark V version of Polo that remained for sale in India for almost 12 years. Volkswagen launched the Mark VI version in 2017 but never arrived in India. But this got me thinking, what if Volkswagen decides to bring the updated Polo to India under its VW 2.0 strategy? It is a certainly interesting topic to think about. Let's explore this topic together. If VW decide to bring the Polo back to India, the car will directly compete against Maruti Suzuki Baleno, also sold as Toyota Glanza, Hyundai i20 and Tata Altroz. As explained in my previous video that Honda would be terminating production of Jazz in 2023, so I won't be using this car for the comparison. This Mark VI Polo is based on the MQB A0 platform. This platform was adapted for India to build Tiguan and Virtus on it. So this adapted platform could easily be used to build Polo in India as well. Dimensionally, this car has a length of 4053 mm, width of 1751 mm, height of 1461 mm and a wheelbase of 2548 mm. If we compare this to the competition, we see that Polo is the only car which is longer than 4 meters, which means that this car won't fall into the tax exemption category that cars shorter than 4 meters fall into. This is one of the major reasons why VW hasn't launched this version of Polo in India. Apart from that, the car is very fairly sized in comparison to the competition. For this car to succeed, VW would need to shorten the length of the car so that the length is less than 4 meters. Otherwise, the car would be overpriced against the competition. This is why VW went ahead with the launch of Virtus because the outgoing Vento was already larger than 4 meters as are the other competitors, and hence VW knew that Virtus would fall into a similar price range to the competition. The height of the car could be higher for India as well, since we could get a higher ground clearance of 179 mm for our road conditions in India, since VW raised the ground clearance of Virtus from 163 mm to 179 mm as well for the same reason. If we compare it to the competition, this will give it the highest ground clearance in the segment, which is becoming a big priority for the buyers these days because of the conditions of our road. In terms of weight, the car would weigh around 1100 kilograms. Against the competition, this car would be one of the heaviest, but this weight could be reduced if VW decides to shorten the length of the car under 4 meters. Now let's discuss the engine. It's a fact that most people are going to buy this car for its driving dynamics, and the engine is going to play a very important role in that. This car will likely be powered by petrol engines only as Volkswagen don't have any BS6 compliant diesel engines in India. The most probable engine option would be the 1-liter TSI engine which powers lower variants of Taygun and Virtus. This engine also powered the previous generation Polo. This engine produces 114 horsepower with 178 Newton meters of torque. This engine is a turbocharged 3-cylinder which gives it a very strong mid-range. The car will likely get a 6-speed manual and a 6-speed torque converter. We won't see an option of DSG DQ200 with this powertrain since it can power engines higher than 1200cc only. This torque converter might not be as sporty as a DSG gearbox, but it would be certainly better in slow moving traffic situations and in terms of reliability as well. If we compare this to the competition, we see that only Hyundai and Tata offer a turbocharged engine. Maruti only offers its 1.2-liter naturally aspirated engine. If we compare VW engines to the turbo offerings by Hyundai and Tata, Tata seems to be a bit off in terms of power specifications. However, the Hyundai 1-liter turbo is very much equal to the 1-liter TSI by Volkswagen. Hence, Polo could give Hyundai's i20 turbo models including the N line a hard time in terms of sales. In terms of gearbox option, we know Polo is going to come with a 6-speed manual and a 6-speed torque converter. But when you compare this to the competition, we get something interesting. Firstly, Maruti only offers a 5-speed manual along with an AMT. A 5-speed gearbox is not ideal for highways since you would be cruising at a higher RPM due to one gear less. Plus AMTs are very jerky as well, especially in terms of quick acceleration situations. While the Altroz misses out on a 6-speed gearbox, it also lacks an automatic for the turbo variant. i20 on the other hand only offers IMT in turbo variant, but the 7-speed DCT on its turbo model is a very good combination. But VW's torque converter is not shy in comparison to it. It would be tough to separate turbo models of i20 and Polo, but having a 6-speed manual is surely a plus for Polo. One thing VW could do is that they could release a GT version of Polo with a 1.5 TSI engine offered in Taygun and Virtus. Imagine having 150 horsepower and 250 Nm torque in a premium hatchback. They could offer this car in both 6-speed manual and 6-speed DCT, the DSG DQ100, which was offered in earlier variants of Polo. This combination would annihilate i20 N-line off the line and would be a very much dream car for many youngsters. Even though it would be very expensive, come on Volkswagen, do it for the enthusiasts. In terms of fuel tank capacity, Polo would have a fuel tank capacity of 40 liters, which is 3 liters more than all of its competitors. In terms of boot space, the Polo has a boot capacity of 351 liters, which is again highest in its segment. However, this could change if Volkswagen decides to shorten the length of Polo for India so that it comes under 4 meters. Now let's talk about tires. The Volkswagen Polo could have a tire size of 195/55 R16, which is exactly the same as the other 4 cars in the segment. However, do note that this is a comparison of top spec trims of all the models, and this could differ for lower variants for the mentioned cars. In terms of fuel efficiency, this Polo with 1-liter TSI engine could give a mileage of around 18 to 19 kmpl with mixed conditions. This could fall to 15 kmpl in stop-start traffic, but it's not bad for an enthusiast-focused car. But be aware that the mileage of any car highly depends upon your driving. If anyone would be buying a premium hatchback for just mileage only, they would be going towards Baleno or Glanza, not Polo. Till now, we have learned that this new generation Polo not only has a very amazing engine and those German driving dynamics, this car is practical as well. The car absolutely has stunning styling. It builds on the earlier design that many people have loved for so many years. There are LED headlights up front with DRLs. These DRLs continue till the Volkswagen logo on the grille, which I think is pretty stunning. From the rear, we see new boomerang style LED taillights. The side view is complemented by 16-inch diamond cut alloy wheels. Adding to this, let's discuss some of the amenities and features that this car offers. It would likely get a similar 8-inch infotainment display like we see in Taygun and Virtus. Volkswagen could go back to their 10-inch display which they stopped in Taygun and Virtus when the chip shortage is over. This will include wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The Polo will also get a digital instrument cluster similar to what we get in Taygun and Virtus. The interior layout is very much similar to Virtus and Taygun, which would help Volkswagen to keep their costs low. The car will likely get a keyless entry along with auto dimming IRVM and electronic ORVM. The car will also have a sunroof and connected car technology for higher spectrums. In terms of colors, we would get similar options to what we get with Tiguan and Virtus. But in UK, this car comes with colors like Reef Blue Metallic, Pure White, which is my favorite, Deep Black Pearl, Smoky Grey Metallic, Ascot Grey, Vibrant Violet Metallic, Reflex Silver Metallic, and King Red Premium Metallic. The safety equipment of the car includes 6 airbags, seatbelt warning, child lock anchor points for child seat, overspeed warning, speed sensing door lock, anti-theft engine immobilizer, middle rear seat 3-point seatbelt, flashing emergency brake light, and central locking. The Polo will likely miss out on the autonomous driving features that Volkswagen offer in European models, since those aren't offered in higher price models of Tiguan and Virtus. But many people won't care much about it anyway, since no car in this segment offers it. The car scored 5 stars in Euro NCAP crash test in 2017 with 96% adult safety, 85% child safety, and 76% pedestrian safety. We can assume next generation of Polo to be safe in India, as Tiguan Kushaq Duo of MQB A0IN adaptive platform scored 5 stars in global NCAP only recently. And we know that Volkswagen will likely build Polo for India on this platform only. So what's my verdict? Should Volkswagen bring next generation Polo to India? It's a big yes. There is a strong business case for this car, especially because of its such big fan following. Not only that, as we have seen by comparing it to its competitors, this car is genuinely a very good product all round and would be a very good car for most people, and especially for the enthusiasts. I wish Volkswagen considers this new Polo for India, and who knows, if Volkswagen engineers are able to bring the length of this car under 4 meters, this car could be a serious player in this segment. For now, Volkswagen has stated that they are not bringing this beauty to India because of taxes for cars above 4 meters. And this is the same reason why Skoda hasn't brought its new Fabia to India. But we do know that there is a Volkswagen Skoda sub 4 meter SUV in works for India right now to compete against Brezza and Nexon. And who knows if they could bring a new generation Polo under 4 meters like that. Really excited to see what Volkswagen has in store for us. So that was the video, guys. Be sure to give this video a like, it really means a lot to me. Write down in the comments below whether you would want Volkswagen to release next generation Polo in India or not. If you are finding my content interesting, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. That way you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. See you soon in a future video. Goodbye.